Hey everyone, this is Cabritoni and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Platinum. Here in the last part we made our way to Jubilife City and we're just going to continue on into the city. Now straight away you will bump into Dawn once again as you make your way into the city, and she's gonna, I believe, greet you. Are you catching Pokemon? Maybe? Is that any of your business, Dawn? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, as you do enter, I'm pretty sure she does give you something. Follow me. Does she give you anything? No, she doesn't. Darn it, women usually give you something. Sandwich. Anyway, we kind of make our way into the city and we actually do see this mysterious looking man. Hang on a second, who are you? What? Mysterious man, how did you know? How did you unmask me a member of the international police? Well, you were kind of hiding behind a city lamp, or street light for example. What the hell are you doing, man? That's kind of weird, you know, you're just like lurking. Ah, now you're making sense. Now that my cover has been blown, let me introduce myself. I am a globe-trotting elite of the international police. My name, Anna. I was shouting from you, my code. Oh wow, his name is Luca. So like I say, he was kind of lurking, and his name is Luca. Or Lurker. Luca, whatever. What a weird man, and what a weird way to introduce yourself. Hiding behind a street lamp, or a city lamp, just doesn't work. So at this time, this man's actually going to give you the Versus Recorder. Now the Versus Recorder is actually a very nifty and useful feature. It allows you to play back any Pokemon battles that you did on like Wi-Fi or even against your friends when you get their friend code. So I think that's actually one of the better items you can ever get in Pokemon games, because you know that's what you do and that's what you need, at least what I'd use to record Pokemon battles. So this man's just gonna disappear at this time. What a very strange man. Goodbye to him. Oh, here it is, the trainer school. Yep, this is where Barry's gonna be, the trainer school. This is where we needed to come to in order to find Barry, because we know we still have that parcel to give to him. So I came back out of the Pokemon Center just really quickly then. Sorry about that, I just had to quickly heal up just in case if we bump into anything out of the ordinary, because you know we've already just met one ordinary man straight away in this episode. So in Jubilife City, there's a few things that you need to do. They're not always recommended, but the first thing that is recommended to do is to go into this trainer school just in a sec. I'm just gonna quickly explore around in this house just because I can't remember. There's one of these houses in this city that you can actually get a nice item. I don't know if it's this house, I can't remember. Yeah, but there's one recommendation that I at least would say to do is to go into one of these houses and look for. There's an item, I can't remember what the item is, but it's actually quite useful. When I get it, I'll definitely know what it is, and that's a Pachirisu there. That's actually an electric type Pokemon, which isn't too bad. So even looking upstairs, there doesn't seem to be anything useful up here. I'm still looking for that item. And yeah, I don't really think we can actually get it in this house. So with that being said, we're just gonna do a quick cutscene back outside, because that's usually a good thing, you know, cutting out unnecessary things. So I'm actually gonna make my way just to the left of that trainer school just for a moment, just to see if I can get in this lovely colourful place, but it turns out I can't, because I don't have any Pokemon badges, and that's actually the global terminal. So at this time we can't get in that place, but one place we can get into is the trainer school, and you know, this is where we actually are going to meet Barry for the, I think I don't know, it's like the third or fourth time in this game, and with that being said, let's just go inside. Now the trainer school is a place for people to learn. You know, it's a school basically. If you don't know what a school is, then that's just a bit silly, but the trainer school, or the Pokemon trainer school, is for like people who are young trainers basically, developing their way up the ranks and trying to learn as much useful information as possible. You know, they're trying to learn the basics of Pokemon. You can kind of learn a good few things if you're kind of unsure about some of the things in Pokemon, like what heals what. For example, maybe using like an antidote that will heal poison. A paralyzed heal will heal paralysis. Awakening would heal any form of sleep that you've been done to. So here's Barry, and yeah, inside his parcel there was actually 2 town maps, and he's actually going to give you a town map, which is great because we might actually need that at some point during the game. And it also always gives you the location that you are at, and it also will help you out guiding you through the Sinnoh region. And with that being said, Barry's just going to disappear. For the time being, here's actually 2 trainers just up ahead after this. This trainer's actually learning. Well, he knows his stuff. He knows the elemental typage, and you know, he knows like fire beats grass, grass beats water, and water beats fire. So you know, he's learned something from there. So like I said, these are 2 trainers that we can battle from. Young little kids, and they shouldn't really cause you too much trouble. I mean, I think most of their Pokemon will be at least level 5 or 6, but it's always good for like young, well, like when our Pokemon's pretty low leveled, it's good for getting these experience. So that Starly or that trainer used the X attack, which is a pretty nifty item because it will raise its Pokemon's attack or physical moves by a bit. And yeah, as you can probably see here, these quick attacks are actually starting to take effect, and I missed 2 tackles against this Starly, which is really annoying. I mean, I don't know if I would have been able to take out this Starly, just based on the fact that he's dealing out a little bit more damage, but you know, those 2 tackles that I missed, probably looking at it, might have just left the Starly in pretty low red there, so that kind of makes me sad. So I'm just going to go into Happy Feet, because I don't want to lose my Sparky, because I want to get like shared experience now. Bubble should be the move to do the trick, and yeah, this Starly's still alive. Goddamn Starly, what are you doing? Please go down. Yeah, about time. That thing caused a little bit more problems than I actually expected there. That was a little bit embarrassing to see, but you know, sometimes trainers can get their rub of the game, and you know, that sometimes does work out for them. So yep, thankfully you lose and I gain some valuable experience points there. So I'm just going to use some potions because I don't want to go into this next battle against this next trainer just here with the possibility that I could lose one of my Pokemon, and that would be kind of silly because, you know, you don't want to lose any of your Pokemon and like run back to the Pokemon Center and be like, Nurse Joy, my Pokemon have fainted, heal them! You know, just like hold them up in the end, like, heal my Pokemon! I don't know, something random like that. So here's another trainer. She has a Bidoof, level 6. Hopefully she won't be using any form of X items because those X items are pretty annoying. There actually are a few different X items and like items that you can use to increase different stats in this game, and that's kind of been the same since the early generations of Pokemon. So yep, my rivalry ability is kicking in there just a little bit, although I did use Leah, and Leah's actually a decent move to have, I guess, if you kind of like the same level and like your physical or special move won't be doing as much. Well, it's kind of more necessary for like your physical side, but you know, whatever, just take that Bidoof out. So we're getting a level there, and I think after beating these 2 trainers, they will actually give you a pretty useful item. Like, I used an extra potion, I don't know if you actually noticed that by mistake on my Sparky by mistake. I mean, potion only recovers up to 20 HP, and I kind of used like 3 of them when I didn't really need to. I should have only used 2, and yeah, that was a bit silly. So I'm actually just gonna go back to the Pokemon Center just for a quick second, just because I need to heal up. So quickly making your way back out the Pokemon Center, you will probably meet this really strange looking man whose face is like, gonna eat you, gonna eat you, let me eat you. I don't know, something like that. That was the first thing that came to my head. He probably wants to eat you, but he doesn't. He's actually a very, very nice man. What he's gonna do is actually gonna give you a little quest to do, and if you can actually do this little quest, which I'm pretty sure with the help of me, you can actually achieve this. What he's asking you to do is actually to find 3 different clowns that will be scattered around in Jubilife City. The clowns will look like this man, kind of similar to what the man that we originally spoke to looked like, except he does have a clown suit. The 3 different clowns will ask you various questions, just 1 question each. They'll ask you to answer with yes or no. All the clowns will ask you to probably, well, you won't know this, but until you answer yes, all the answers will be yes. So make sure that you answer yes. Just read the question carefully if you're kind of unsure. And yeah, they will actually give you a coupon. And because there's 3 different clowns, you should be able to receive 3 different coupons. And yeah, can a Pokemon hold an item? That is yes. And here, give me my coupon, clown man. What doesn't make sense to me is like, the first clown that you probably will meet is just straight away from the guy that you originally spoke to. And then like the second clown is the guy that was just stood outside that other building. Yeah, he gives you a coupon free. When you speak to this clown, you get coupon 2. I don't know if that's actually like, I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, or maybe you would be expected to come to this clown before going to the 3rd clown. I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me. I thought maybe the 2nd clown, which is just going back this way, would be the clown that you would talk to second, rather than the other one. Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we got all 3 coupons, and because you will be giving them straight back to this man, he will now give you the Pokétch, which is a very, very useful thing to have. It actually allows you to have different applications on it. It's actually like a wristwatch, and on the wristwatch it will have different applications. On the bottom screen, if you were to be playing your DS, you'll probably see this a little bit more easily. Unfortunately, I can't show this at the time, but what I'll do is in the next episode, if possible, when we're there, I will try to show you the different apps that you can actually have at the time of using the Pokétch. So at the moment you only have 4 different types of the Pokétch. I think, if I remember correctly, one of them will be there just to show you the time of the day that you are currently on. One of them will show you a Pokemon, and I think that actually, when that one shows you a Pokemon, it does actually keep track of the happiness or the way they're feeling towards you. Somewhat similar like you did like with your Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow. You know, that when you spoke to your Pikachu, I don't know if it's similar in that kind of role, but it basically just shows you a Pokemon in your party basically, and shows how they're feeling, I'm pretty sure. Another one will keep a record of all the number of steps that you've done. I kind of guess that's more like towards if you were to be doing like breeding, because you need so many steps, or like if you're running or using your bicycle. But every time you do take 1 step, it will go towards that app. And yeah, that's kind of more like what it's useful for. So this clown doesn't actually move out the way, unfortunately, when you do talk to him originally. And the last app, I believe, is a calculator. If you know what a calculator is, it's good for maths. So that's basically it. I'm just going to go west of Jubilife City just for momentarily. Come down this way, you will find the little secret item. Not really secret, but it's just a little bit hidden. It's actually a potion. And yeah, free potion! Woo! So I'm just gonna go west. Making your way continually west, you'll see this man. Route 218 is ahead. That's actually usually they're trainers, but not in this section of the game. But if you speak to this fisherman just here, he'll give you the old rod. The old rod is a fishing rod basically. You can capture Pokemon, and he gives you some useful tips on how to capture like some Pokemon with the rod. At this time I'm not going to be using the old rod because the only Pokemon that you can capture with the old rod is a Magikarp, and what I just picked up there was a quick X accuracy. Nothing really too important. Basically when you use that item it will increase your accuracy of your moves. I'm just going to go inside of this big house because I believe this is where the president is. Making your way into the left hand side of the building, you don't have to talk to this interviewer, but it's kind of good because you can actually get your opinion on what you thought of the digital watch or the Pokétch. Usually when you do speak to like interviewers, this was kind of a thing that was introduced in the 3rd generation, if I remember correctly, something like that. You can actually give your insightful thoughts on a few things. There will be different types of, I guess, like phrases or words that you can put towards. And basically when you've decided what you want to say, I'm just showing you like different things that you can choose from. When you've decided what to say, eventually your the interviewer will be displayed or will be shown on the TV. It's something quite cool. It's not necessary to do, but for this one-off, and you know, like, I'm just going to show you what I thought of my Pokétch. Happy. Makes me happy for having the Pokétch for some reason. I don't know. So that was kind of, yeah, if you check out for the check out on the TV at some point, you may be able to find the interview that you had. I'm just playing around with the Pokétch for a sec. Just want to see what I can, yeah, at this time I was actually just like, what apps do I do? Then I remembered like, oh, those are the apps, and what I remember previously, sorry, what I talked about previously are the apps that you can actually get. So here's the president of the development of the Pokétch. Now at this time, you can, like I say, you can only get 4 of the apps. Like advancing through this game, you'll be able to get different apps. I'm not going to go into details of what they are, just in case they kind of will be a little bit more useful throughout the game later on. It's not really, I don't really want to spoil anything because, you know, I don't want to give away too many hidden little things. They kind of are cool little things and gadgets that you can have towards the end. Down there was just an old man. He had a Clefairy, I think, or Jigglypuff. Couldn't really tell. It was just pink, and I assumed it's one of those two. I saw a Pachirisu because I can tell when it's a Pachirisu. It's just the look of it, I can just tell. But because I only saw like partially pink, and it looked a bit chubby, or a bit like fat and round, and usually that's what like a Jigglypuff or Clefairy kind of is. So I think this is actually the main building of the Pokétch. There's not really much more you can do inside of it, but yeah, I just wanted to show you around just in case if anybody was interested in what it looked like inside of this building. So coming back outside of Jubilife, there's only a couple more places that we need to explore. I think we can't go inside of that place there because that clown is in the friggin' way. We also can't go inside of the global terminal because we don't have a badge yet. But one place we can come inside of is this other house just here. There's a Pikachu and a Pachirisu. I think everybody loves Pachirisu for some reason. Then again, it's actually quite a cute electric type Pokemon, like I did mention prior to this. Oh, your Pokemon are quite adorable. Yeah. Ah, yes. Now this is the girl or the lady that will give you the useful item, which is Quick Claw. Now Quick Claw is actually quite good. Basically what it does is it allows Pokemon that are kind of slower to go first occasionally. The mechanics of Quick Claw doesn't actually take effect every time that you actually are in battle, and you kind of are slower than the wild Pokemon are against at least the Pokemon of the trainers that you will encounter. It'll kick in occasionally, although you don't kind of get to see like the animation of like, I think of where it says Quick Claw has taken effect or something like that. I do like Quick Claw because it allows like me to go first against a couple of things, and yeah, it's kind of good against Pokemon that kind of are the same level towards your Pokemon. I'm not going to go east of Jubilife City yet. I just want to come north, which is onto this route just over here. Because on Route 204 there's a few things I want to try and do straight away. Let's see what we have here with a wild Pokemon. This is actually a Badoo. It's actually a grass type Pokemon. And yeah, that's kind of it for now. I'm not going to go into too much detail on poor little Badoo. And yep, I'm kind of like thinking what other Pokemon I could actually add to my team. I have actually a set mind of Pokemon that I kind of want to use, but just momentarily I just want to pick up this item, which is Paralyze here, which will recover any form of paralysis that you have on your Pokemon. So I'm thinking what Pokemon at the time during this recording of like my part, I'm thinking what Pokemon I really want to be using in this. And then I realized I need one Pokemon that kind of will be useful throughout the events of this game, which is Starly. I could have picked up a Starly earlier, but I was thinking what what type of Pokemon I would be needing throughout this game. And the reason why I'll probably need Starly is because it's actually a flying type Pokemon, and later on you will pick up like fly and fly. You know, you need to fly about in this region not quite a lot, so it's good to have a Starly. I'm just going to be weakening it as much as possible, not really wanting to overkill it with the tackle. And yeah, I'm just going to add this little buddy to my team. Whoa, crit almost kills it there. That was really unexpected of a crit there. So just, like I say, weaken Pokemon as much as possible and then chuck your Pokeball and see how we go. We should be able to capture in one. Voila, we do. So Starly's caught there. And yep, because original names are quite original. I already had the planned name in my head at the time of capturing this, so let's just go to the nickname. And a lot of people will be like, oh my god, you have so many great nicknames. Ha 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 ha. Not really. Nobody will ever think my nicknames are great because, you know, they're only just pretty simple. Like I said, generic names are always generic. They do work. I mean, I could reference other things, but I'm just going to name it something pretty simple because I like to do that. So I'm just going to name it Zephyr. Similar to what the reference to like one of the Pokemon badges in the Gold and Silver Crystal series, which is actually the first badge you can actually get in that game. And yeah, we have Starly. So let's just continue on here just for a little bit. I'm pretty sure it was one of the Pokemon I kind of might need for the time being, or might even go for. It's not the Shinx, because, you know, capturing a Shinx would be a little bit silly, because then we would have two Shinx. So I'm just going to run from that Shinx. It's not this Pokemon, which is a Kricketot, or even a Zubat. We don't want Zubat, because Zubats are just annoying. It's like one of the Pokemon that I just want to strangle the most. And it's not Bidoof. Okay, let's just see if I can find it this time. Come on. Yep, it's this one. It's Bidoof. Originally, when I kind of encountered it, I was thinking, wow, I kind of forgot about this Pokemon. And then I was like, wait a second, this thing is quite good. I like Bidoof. Later on about its evolution line will probably make sense, but at the time being, this little thing is so weak. It's like one of the weakest Pokemon that you can actually capture early leveled in this game, but I like Bidoof. And I'm just going to weaken it, and yeah. So we're making more friends pretty early in this game. I don't know if anybody's actually expecting me to capture all these Pokemon quite earlier on, but because I actually do have a set team in my mind, I just want to get these Pokemon early as much as possible and try and train them up as early as possible before actually like going on in this adventure. So there we go, we got Bidoof, and because it's actually a female, male, sorry, no, it's not a female. I was actually hoping for a female because the name would make a little bit more sense that I'm about to nickname this thing. But this thing just took forever just to find, so here we go with generic name. Thumbs up for generic names because, you know, everybody loves generic names. Okay, let's see what we're going to nickname this thing, and I'm just going to show you right now. What did I nickname it? It was Petal. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure you all expected that name, didn't you? Best name in the world. So, we have 4 Pokemon so far. We have Starly the Saver, Bidoof the Petal, Piplup the Happy Feet, and we also have Sparky, or Shinx the Sparky. So I'm just going to quickly fly back to the Pokemon Center, do another little cutscene. I hope you don't mind this. It's just that I kind of needed to do that, and that kind of took a little bit of a while just to do, because running back to the Pokemon Center and be like, Nestjoy, save my Pokemon, was kind of what I needed to do. So on Route 204, there's actually a few trainers that you can actually battle against. Like this last Sarah here, she actually has a Shinx, which is level 7. Thankfully this Shinx, or even like my own Shinx, won't actually have an electric type move early on in its levels. I think that's just a little bit further on, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem to deal with. I kind of like Starly. It kind of does have quick attack, which is a priority move, which basically in Pokemon games, priority moves do have like different levels and quick attack is kind of like one of the lower leveled of priority. I think it might be different in this game because the mechanics of like priority does change all the time from what I've remembered over the years. So it's actually quite nice to have early on, just in case if your Pokemon of the learn quick attack isn't the most fastest Pokemon in the game. So I kind of do like having quick attack early on in levels. So it basically just allows you to attack first. And there we go, Zephyrs gonna go up 1 level, and that Shinx didn't really cause too much trouble. I'm just gonna change it up a little bit here, just because it's always nice to share the experience. Now, because I do have like a couple more members on my team, if Badoo isn't able to deal with this trainer, I can always switch it up against his typing. I'll beat you with my Magikarp? Really? Is this trainer gonna have a Magikarp? He does, he has a Magikarp, so Magikarp, yes, it's like really bad, but its evolution is pretty good. The only thing like Magikarp can only do is use Splash, so I'm just gonna keep using Absorb and absorb as much HP from this Magikarp as much as possible. Splash doesn't affect you at all. And going back to Magikarp, that's the only Pokemon that you can actually get with the Old Rod. I don't really need to show me using the Old Rod because, you know, encountering a Magikarp will be pointless. Because we've just encountered one right now. That's why I kind of didn't want to show me using the Old Rod, because when we get like, there's in the Pokemon games there actually are 3 different types of rods, so when we do pick up one of the other rods, I will show you me using that. But like at the time being, there's really no point me showing you how to use an Old Rod, because the only Pokemon to get is a Magikarp. So this is actually quite a big patch of grass Pokemon, and ooh, another trainer. Hello there, lady. What have you got for me to beat? Let's see what you have. So last Samantha has a Badoo of her own. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so we're probably going to have to switch it up here because Badoo on Badoo is just going to take forever, and us probably absorbing each other's HP would be going back and forth, and probably time. By the time of it all comes, yeah, this will just be like really boring to watch. So go Sparky! Sparky use Leo because I want to weaken that defense just a little bit, and nicely enough, this has actually got the same gender, so rivalry will kick in, I believe, at this point. So let's go tackle, and that's going to do about half, which is pretty good. And this Badoo just doesn't want to attack, so judging by that, I think this Badoo of my opponent is actually going to go down. So yeah, goodbye. And free experience is great because we never lost any HP. And Badoo of my own is going to go up 1 level, and Sparky is just brilliant at doing that. Now, continually going north up here, you'll come into this ravaged path. This trainer here, is he a trainer? No. There are boulders blocking the way. Oh god, what's this mean? Let's go inside for a moment. Ah, the trainer made sense. So I think I'm going to cut it off at this point. In the next episode, we're going to be going east of Jubilife City and seeing where that exploitation takes us. But until then, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the near future. Goodbye.